This isn't life!
Hello and welcome to This Isn't Life. You're joined by me, Alex Taylor. I'm sat with Josh Wilson and Will Stanley. And this is the comedy podcast where we find the most outrageous stories of the week, or that we can find during the week, and rip the absolute shit out of them. How are you doing, boys? Will, how are you?
Yeah, good mate. Good. Obviously, this is a comedy show, but there's going to be some highbrow chat, of course. About I don't know. Last week it was about a little fella who fell into a badger set and died. So common. We're going to talk about all sorts of social problems,
All
obviously
good
because
stuff.
we're quite well informed people. So yeah, we'll have fun along the way.
Yeah, I mean, talking of social problems, Josh, you've been having some problems, haven't you? And these problems have occurred all day because you did call me earlier as well. And it's not just.
I'll be honest with you. The past 2 weeks, today's been especially hard for me. But the past 2 weeks, the start of 2024 can actually fuck off and die. 2024, whoever is putting out posts saying 2024 is my year, like hashtag 2024 can get AIDS and fucking die for all I care.
What's happened? What's happened in the last couple of weeks? Start at the beginning.
So I'll start at the beginning of 2024. So led into 2024, really, really nice. Went to Wales, little Airbnb, hot tub ting. You know how it is. Really, really nice. Took the dogs. It was lovely. Got back to reality. Got made redundant. That's number one. Right? That can't be helped. That's one of them things, right? That's one of them things. So parted ways with my company, right? So that's one of them things. Got no grudges about that. That's just one of them things. I'm shit at my job. They can't handle my salary. Bang, gone. Right? That's one of them things, yeah. So now, then obviously I thought, you know what? I've still got the podcast though, right? So while I love being off, obviously, because I fucking like, I'm happy for the time off. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for the time off. So that's all good. So then I'm thinking, let's put my energy into the pod, right? Instead of going in at 80%, let's do 100, Josh. Getting myself psyched up. Then I come to realise that nothing I own is any fucking good because the internet we have in this house is from 1970 and it's like from a semi-detached house in Grimsby. That's the kind of internet we're talking about, yeah? It's fucking woeful. There are Ethiopians in fucking flooded mud huts with better Wi-Fi than me. It is fucked, right? So nothing I can do. You can either have camera and no audio, or you can hear me but not see me. So you don't have the luxury of both. This fucking Chromebook I got from Very, it said good refurbishment. It's about as fucking much use as a house brick. So after this, I'm going to put it on Facebook. First come, first serve. I'm either going to give it, if you come to my door, I'm going to give it away free, or I'm going to take it the sum of like £4.99. I paid £100 for it. Just fucking someone come and take this away from me before. Like, I don't know what. I feel like crying. Honestly, I feel like I'm having a breakdown.
Hang on. So, that's not the only thing, is it?
Oh no. And today, to top it all off, right? Today, when I picked up my son from school, since I'm not working, I thought, you know what? Now's a good time to be. I can put all my energy as well, not into just the pod, but into my son as well. Now I've got the time. I'll go and pick him up from school. Well, not that weird, really. But I'll go and do the school run, right? So when are you going to school run? He said, Dad, can you pick me up from school until you get a job? I said, yeah, of course, absolutely, because it won't be long. So I know what will happen. I'll get another job and I'll regret that I didn't do the school run and all them stuff that I don't normally get to do, right? So using my time wisely. So I went to pick him up. Come out of school. We've been up at school today. Oh, Dad, we've done this, X, Y, Z. Excellent. Happy fucking days. Get to the car, open the car, start the engine. The fucking car won't start. So you can imagine, right? You can imagine my face, right? And then bless my son, right? So obviously he's 8 years old. We're like best mates. We are, right? He always makes me laugh. But you know when something like that happens and it's just stress, and I'm thinking, shit, what's happened to the car? Because like the clock was resetting itself. It was like the dashboard from the alien spaceship in fucking Independence Days. It was all fucking lights everywhere. I thought, holy fuck, what's going on? Yeah. Then Leo looked me dead in the eye, as an 8-year-old would, and goes, "Oh, Dad, are you sure you got petrol in it?" So you can imagine, yeah. I stopped punching the steering wheel for 5 seconds, looked at him, and with all sincerity, went, "Yes, mate, I've got petrol in it. Please just give Daddy a minute, yeah." She goes, okay, no worries. And then, so after trying to get the car on, yeah, I called his mum. Right, you're gonna have to come and pick us up, right? This is the situation. I look back at Leo, and no. So I was on the phone to his mum, yeah, and I go, "So he looks like my battery's dead." And Leo, without missing a beat, goes, "Yeah, and he probably hasn't got any petrol in it." So I was so close to getting my Jimmy out the back of the car and just smashing the car. You know, like in that bit in Street Fighter when you get that secret level, and you smash the fucking car. Yeah. I was Hadouken in the car outside of his school, like Hadouken, and I was like just kicking it. Like, I was going fucking nuts. So today, and then obviously tried to get on the pod, and obviously using fucking internet from the 1950s. He obviously ain't having it, so this is the best you're going to get from me. Now, I'll try and be happy, but just know that I'm like that meme, that Arthur meme, where he's got a smiling face, but his hands clenched in a fist, like one of them ones. So, yeah, so that's been my couple of weeks. But I'm
every day when you're walking down the street.
Every day I'm struggling. Yeah, so it's been a day. It's been a day. But look, we'll get through it. We will get through it. We shall overcome.
Well, talking of getting through it, boys. Josh, I got no sympathy for it. To be honest.
I mean, none of it's my fault. None of it is my fault.
Wow. You must have done something.
It's your attitude, mate. That's
what did I do? Who was I in another life? Who was I? Who was I in another life to have all this happen to me?
Oh, it's funny.
Charles Manson?
Fucking no! I think it must be worse than that. I don't know what I was or who I was, but fuck me, I must have done some bad shit.
I would have said Jeffrey Dahmer, but that's what you're doing in this life.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a bed of roses compared to my life. Jeffrey Dahmer, mate. Fucking what a hero. No, but other than that, boys, I'm good. I'm over my little hissy fit now. I'm sorry for shouting. I'm sorry for blaming everyone. I called you both like when you couldn't hear me, so I'm sorry about that. I said I wish I never started this pod. I hope it fails. Anyone that listens is but I didn't mean it. So
anyway,
I could say it.
Anyway,
and it'd be fine if you didn't mean it.
No, but I don't. I just want everyone to know that I don't mean it. I don't. I meant it when I said it. I don't mean it now. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
Boys, I've got a story.
I mean,
Shall
I
we
quite
get
like
into
Chromebooks, but sorry.
my Chromebook, mate. Do you know what? I've got a Chromebook.
No,
I've got a Chromebook.
no.
I bought a couple of years ago. It's flawless.
Yeah, but
Give him yours.
No, I could have a quantum computer from fucking NASA or SpaceX on this fucking internet. It wouldn't make a blind bit of difference. It ain't quantum computing. Fuck all. Let me tell you that.
Should we get into it, boys?
Oh, let's do it.
This isn't life!
This podcast is sponsored by Dubby. Dubby was formulated to give you all the energies, all the focus, with no jitters or crash.
Yeah, I mean, we are talking no sugars, no calories, no maltodextrin, and no artificial colours.
You get 30 servings in every tub, and it comes in over 8 different flavours. But you know what else is sick about them? Their merch. T-shirts, hoodies, and stickers, all on their website. Go check them out now.
And when you're on the website, type in "This Isn't Life" for 10% off your whole basket total.
This isn't life!
So, boys, I've actually got a choice of story today. Now, we can go for the outright weird story of people ingesting things they shouldn't ingest. Or we can go for smutty.
Okay.
Would you like some summaries?
Yeah. Ideally.
I'm not going to tell you what they are. One contains drugs and a soccer mum. One contains one contains a lasagna and a penis.
All right. Okay.
Another one contains quality streets and a bumhole.
Oh, free.
And
It's like Sophie's
hang on.
choice, isn't it?
Oh, there's more. There's more. Or am I spoiling the choice for you? Would you like me to stop there?
No, go on. One more.
One more. Do you remember those like porcelain pigs that Nat West used to give out as money boxes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those.
Strangely, yeah, I do.
One of those.
One of those where?
Just one of those. I'm not giving you any more. Just one of
Okay.
those.
Just one of those. Has been found on the moon. Ooh, well, you know what? Josh has had a rough month. I'll let him choose. Go on, mate. It's your special day.
Oh, thanks, mate. I'm not going to tell the truth and say that I've forgotten every single thing that you said, but I will go for the one that I quite like, the soccer mum one. That's giving me good vibes.
Yeah. Let's do
The
that
drugs
one.
Okay.
Nothing bad's ever come from drugs, is it? Let's be real.
No, good point.
Very true.
Not that I know of.
Exactly. So,
Absolutely.
exactly.
I think Whitney Houston would say something different, but
No,
Yeah, but
it's
she
the
obviously
bathtub
she
that
weren't
got her.
built for it. She weren't built for it, mate. That's why. Pussy.
well, should we get into it then? Do you want the do you want a headline?
Yes.
Of course.
There's a sort of like a mini headline. It's not a subheading. Well, it's done like a subheading, but it's at the top. So I'll give you that, and then I'll give you the full heading, and then you can guess the place it's come from.
Perfect.
And you thought FIFA corruption was bad. Footy mum spiked half-time oranges with LSD.
Oh. Why is she doing that?
Well, see what happened, I suppose.
Oh.
Is she like one of these mums that sort of, doesn't work because she's still like looking after the kids?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying there's
She
anything wrong with that, but
looks-
she
look.
might get a bit bored and start shoplifting.
She
That's all
looks,
I'm wondering.
she looks like a cross between Mara Hindley and Mrs. Trunchbull.
Oh, okay.
So sexy then.
I wouldn't say no.
So okay.
Um,
Well,
It's by
kinda
Barney
taken the-
Samuels. It's not our normal.
What's
What's his name? Simon Dean. It's Barney Samuels. This one. Would you like to give it a?
Oh, good name.
Hmm.
Go on, Will. Seeing as you let me choose the story, you can go first.
For the tabloid.
Yeah.
Oh well, it's got. I mean, if it's him writing it, I think I've actually seen this particular author. It's the Daily Star
No.
Sunday Sport.
It has to be Sunday
It
Sports.
is an
Yeah.
exclusive.
Oh, of course, yeah. Because no one else thought it was.
How
fit to
do they
print.
always manage? How do they always manage to like? So that's Simon Dean and whoever this guy is. They take their job. How do they always manage to get the scoop?
Yeah,
They must
Smart.
pay. some
How do they
serious
always
dough,
manage to
right?
get there
They
first?
must pay.
Like
They
that's
must.
insane.
they're those. They're the like the stereotypical kind of like journalist, but he's like he's a bit undercover. He's taken a few bribes. He's seen the bad side of the city. He's
Yeah, and he'll
typical
do like there's no threshold he won't cross.
yeah, for a little bit of extra money. Yeah.
Like Piers Morgan, like
Takes
hacking
it-
dead people's phones. Like just don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I just want to.
Money clip.
I just want to like, just come a bit off a tangent here, but I found this particular story on a different website. It was on my phone. I found it last night, and I looked on my computer to find it, and I found it on Twitter, now known as X. I've scrolled down the comments. There is a geezer fully naked with a baby bell up his ass.
What? You can actually see it.
And it says, and I thought I saw people do nutty things. So this woman is nutty. And then it's just a picture of him with a baby bell up his ass.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The fact that has he wrote that caption first or picture first?
Oh,
That's what I want to know,
I'm sending it to you.
Oh, Jesus.
mate. Oh my god! And I thought I saw people do nutty things. This woman is nutty.
What's the knob one
Jesus, he
for?
looks
Then?
like a
Is that just
fucking-
put in there for good measure?
Don't know.
Or in his
Oh, it
missus'
looks.
underwear?
He looks like he's got. He looks like Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, trying to escape from his arsehole, but nose first.
Mate, I'll be honest. How do you know that is a baby bell?
I zoomed in. But
No,
it
that
was too
looks-
blurry.
That
It might
looks
not
like
be.
a. Do you know what that looks like? It looks like a Sainsbury's red nose for Red Nose Day. You know the ones you get from Sainsbury's.
Yeah, the hard plastic one that hurt you.
Why
Yeah.
am I staring at a geezer's arsehole, red arsehole, and cock and balls now? And I've zoomed in as well. Like, what is actually? I've just caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I'm staring at a geezer's arsehole. With these fucking. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get into it. A doting mum is facing jail after she spiked a kiddies football team's halftime oranges with a mind-bending drug so her son's team might win a match.
Ah, right.
Kids though.
Smart.
Yeah,
How old are
but
the kids? Sorry, did it say under
It
what?
doesn't say. Doesn't say.
Okay.
If you know if you're gonna do it, you've got to go full Machiavelli. You've got to go absolute villain. Doesn't matter who it is. I want to win. The kids are going to lose. Sorry to say.
I mean,
well, they might have a good
Down
time.
it. Got to do it.
reading down it, I don't think they had a chance anyway. But we'll get to that. But there is a little box here. It says away tip.
It's just
Kate...
humiliation, was it?
Yeah. This is away tip. Kate Riddlings admitted lacing kids' fruit with powerful drug.
Jesus. She must have had a fair bit in then.
I was going to say, like,
dunno,
what
man.
did she do? Like, put a tab on every slice,
Yeah.
Maybe.
or
God,
inject
imagine
it
that.
into the orange and then peel it?
No idea, man. No idea. Imagine
that's-
that, though. Would be a well juicy orange, though, wouldn't
Be
it?
a funny
but
thing,
could you
funny thing to
imagine-
watch, wouldn't it?
Could you imagine a child's brain on acid?
Mate, they'd just
Your-
be seeing
your
like
fucking
Ninja
head-
Turtles everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Your brain would be scrambled egg.
Yeah.
That's
I reckon
fucked.
that would be a pretty funny spectacle, to be quite honest.
Is she?
Every-
Is
you know
this
what the problem
English
will
or
be?
American?
It's English.
You know what the problem would be with all those kids on LSD?
What?
Everyone will be going offside, whatever that means.
Well, yeah.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would, mate.
I-
It might turn you into like fucking 11 men. You never know.
It
You
could do,
become like 11 Ronaldos.
But it's a fairly short story, so I'm going to give you a little bit. Kate Riddings. Riddings? Yeah, it is Riddings. Kate Riddings, 39, was in charge of refreshments at the last match of the Splint and District Under-11 League in Cumbria. Her son, who cannot be
Under-11?
named for legal reasons, was playing for Splint Spartans, who suffered a dismal 25 back-to-back defeats in the last season, with Spartans losing 7-1 to Detroit Herrers at the break. At the break, Riddings decided to even things up by sprinkling what the court heard was an LSD-like psychoactive substance on the visiting team's oranges.
Wow.
That is
25 back-to-back losses, though. That would drive you
Yeah.
mental, though, wouldn't it?
7-1.
Yeah, but do you know what though? You'd have to have some bollocks because there's a good chance one of the kids is going to die.
Can you
Do you know
die
what I
from
mean? Like, who
LSD?
knows?
risk
Who
is
knows?
willing
What,
to
Can you
take.
die
Yeah,
from
of course
LSD?
Yeah.
yeah, you can jump out a fucking window from the
Yeah,
tunnel.
yeah,
That'll
but-
kill you.
The LSD didn't kill you.
It
No,
was
but I'm,
the gravity.
I
the
can
sudden
just
stop killed you.
I can just imagine like one of the kids freaking out so bad he gets the corner flag and just stabs the goalie to death.
Yeah, because they thought he was a.
Do you know what I mean?
They thought he was a giant. I don't know.
Fucking
whatever
Yeah.
is
God no,
black
fuck
and white
knows.
stripe. Giant panda, no, giant zebra.
Do you want to hear a story about acid? I've got a story.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I once done acid allegedly, over Sun Corner. You both know
Oh,
Sun
yeah.
Corner.
Classic place, mate. Yeah. If you're going to
Yeah,
do it, it's going to be there, isn't it?
That's where you become. That's where most Billyrickiodians become men and women over Sun Corner.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I allegedly did acid, and I thought, oh, this is bollocks. Like nothing's happening. Maybe I'm just fucking too. Maybe I'm too acid for the acid. Then I remember sitting in a circle, and it was nighttime. Bear in mind, I remember sitting in a circle, and you know, like when, well, I don't know if you do know, but you know, if you do any kind of mind altering substance or even alcohol, when you know you. Let's choose alcohol for the minute. You know, when you drink so much, and then there's at one point you start to realize that you're fucked. You're like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? And you start to like, people's conversations aren't like going in, and you're like just trying your hardest to like keep your eyes straight. You just know something's coming. You're like, oh fuck, this is the start. This is the start of it.
Yeah.
So I can hear this whole conversation going around me, but it sounded like a million voices, even though there's only like 4. It sounded like there was like a million voices, and I was like, for some reason, I thought I was in like an assembly hall, because that's the only thing my brain could go to where there was that much noise. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why is there an assembly in Mill Meadow? Like, wherever all these people come Sun Corner, wherever all these people come from. I was like, what the fuck? And then, because obviously at the top it's just all trees, isn't it? And as you get further down, it gets more treey or like woody.
Yeah.
I then thought I was in Jurassic Park for some reason, but I don't know why. I think because it was just all open,
So you were
and I
just
was
sort of, like,
really
hiding.
scared. And then, no. So I was like walking off, and then someone come up behind me and threw their jumper in the air or a coat. I thought the coat, in my mind, the coat was a pterodactyl with red eyes. So I screamed, right? I screamed, and it was. I've learnt now it was just an old school Hackett coat, but I thought it was a pterodactyl. So I sprinted from Sun Corner back to my mum's house, all that way without stopping. Didn't stop, down Bell Hill, yeah, screaming the whole way, looking behind me, thinking like there was a pterodactyl behind me. And I locked myself in my bedroom, like knees up to my chin, like just like I closed all the windows, I pulled the blind down. I think I had like a toy lightsaber that from like years ago, and I had that next to me, and I was going to whack it if it come in. I was just imagine his head coming open the door. I was going to whack it to death.
Just imagine.
And
you
that lasted
home, like Forrest
no,
Gump.
mate. And I sprinted, my feet barely hit the floor. I fucking flew.
You know that bit in Forrest Gump? It's like he just leaves he leaves the house onto the main road. You know when he's like he's so upright running, it's like perfect form. Like just like Josh's mouth isn't even open. He's just breathing through his nose, just focused on getting.
Oh mate. No, but every now and again I'd look behind me and I'd like cower as if there was a bunch of crows above me, like, and I'd go and I'd keep running.
Terrifying.
Yeah, mate, and it lasted a good like 7 hours. So I know shit can go south real.
A story of LSD. I was at Reading Music Festival. We had just got there. Allegedly, I was there. We had just got there, and I'd set up a tent and all that. We'd all set the tent up. It started to rain a little bit. We were all sitting there. We've built this campfire. We were just sitting there, staying warm and that, drinking a few beers. And this guy must have had. He looked like he had tabs in his like the side of his bucket hat, like sheets, and he must have been on it. So it started raining. The only thing I can like think of in his mind was that it was raining fire because he got on the floor.
Started rolling around.
He got on the floor in like a fetal position, but like not a fetal, like a praying position. So like he's like a fetal position, but like upright, like facing the floor. Yeah, like he's taking cover from a grenade. And he's got his rain back and like put it over him, so he just looks like a little lump, right? And we're all like pissing ourselves laughing. My mate's eating an apple, and I've grabbed the apple and just threw it at him, right? And all I saw was this little eye. He lifted up the fucking coat and just
just his eye, like he just went like that, and it was like an April shower. Like it didn't last very long. It stopped raining. He just got up. He had like all these acid tabs where they got wet, just like running, all ink just like running down his face, man.
Do you know what though? That's bad because as soon as it goes on your skin, it absorbs into your body, and you are fucked.
Yeah, didn't see him
mate.
after that.
Yeah. He
Well,
transcended.
I bet he's fucking. He was dead, mate.
Well, talking of
good on that guy,
overdosing
man.
on LSD, I actually googled it, and it says there's no straight answer, but researchers suggest that a dose ranging from 50 to 200 micrograms is both non-toxic and medically safe when used on its own in a safe setting. For reference, a typical tab of acid contains 100 to 200 micrograms, so it's not too bad. But in one case, a 15-year-old accidentally ingested between 1,000 and 1,200 micrograms of LSD at a party. He had been hospitalised overnight. A 26-year-old woman who attended the same party accidentally ingested approximately 500 micrograms of LSD, but didn't require hospitalisation.
Jesus, though.
Jesus
I thought
Christ.
you can die. The one way of dying from it is like dehydration, basically.
Yeah, it does dehydrate you. That's what it says on here. It dehydrates you. Dry mouth, increased sweating, loss of concentration, loss of coordination, and increased heart
shit.
rate. Yeah.
No shit, loss of concentration.
But shall we find out what happened to these kids?
Yeah.
Yeah,
let's do
yeah.
it.
It says muttering with a big, underlined word, muttering. Early in the second half, Harriers players began stumbling about, muttering incoherently, and then began screaming. I'm sorry.
Screaming.
They started screaming while one of them ran the length of the pitch, yelping like a...
Like what? Are you open like
You
what?
feel like a what? A dog?
Oh, hang on. Let me start again. Hang on. Oh. Early in the second half, Harriers players began stumbling about, muttering incoherently, then began screaming while one ran the length of the pitch, yelping like a dog. One witness told the court the little lads were clearly off their boxes, to be honest. It was just about the only amusing junior league match I've ever watched.
Mate, what the
yelping like
fuck?
a dog.
Yeah, but was he
That's
on
so
all
funny.
fours?
I
Or was
don't
he just
know.
running around yelping?
It just says that he ran the length of the pitch. Oh, that is so funny.
Is this
who
in
won?
America,
Who,
by the way, or is this England?
I don't know. I thought it would have been England, but it says that it's,
sounds very
Cumbria.
American-y.
Where's Cumbria?
Cumbria's in the UK.
Is that in the UK?
Yeah, but
then
it's
they're
also a
called,
Cumbria in America as well.
Well, they're called the Detroit Harriers.
The first, that's what made me think, because the Spartan one, there's a few teams in Essex, Spartan something or something Spartan, but not
Spartan.
Detroit. But not Detroit.
Yeah, I don't know them. Yeah. What I want to know is who won.
Yeah, did they win?
Did they
I
win?
imagine it was postponed. Should we read on?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, let's do it.
When the emergency services arrived, an apologetic and tearful Riddings confessed to all police officers, and she was arrested on suspicion of poisoning. Last week, the mother admitted 11 counts of administering a noxious substance to a minor. She'll be jailed in July, or sentenced in July.
How long she
Why
got
did
to
she-
get away for?
Doesn't say.
That's the maddest
Why did she
thing.
admit it?
I mean,
There's
They
no
would've
way
known,
they would
though.
have known it was her. There's no way.
They would have
How?
done a toxicology report, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but they
On
wouldn't have
the
gone. Oh,
oranges
there's.
and
Oh,
the
they've.
kids.
We can see the kids have taken like 300 milligrams of acid, 4,000 milligrams of tangerine. Like, there's no way they would have known where it come from. There's no way they would have known, would they?
Yeah. Well,
I
they
mean,
probably.
I wouldn't have admitted it if it was me. I'd have kept stum, mate.
You just watched it unfold, would you?
I mean, you don't do
Oh,
something
with
to admit to
absolute
it,
glee.
do you? I wouldn't have thought. You don't do something like that.
I mean,
carefully planned.
I just want to go on record and say I wouldn't poison children. To be
Poison
fair, but
anyone,
I'm just saying if I
probably.
did.
You should say.
Well,
Well, it seems like what
Yeah,
they
I
got
wouldn't poison
poisoned with
anyone,
was a bloody
but-
good time. Don't know what everyone's moaning
I don't know
about.
what they're complaining about, really.
Yeah. Cheapest
I've never
petrol every day.
been given free drugs.
No. Wait, if they wait a few years, they'll learn how what an important lesson they've learned there. Never squander.
Yeah,
Don't-
make the best of every situation.
Don't yelp like a dog. Oh, honestly, for people that
Do you reckon it was
aren't
the
gonna hear
goalie?
it, I don't know. But for people that aren't going to hear it, we've had to cut that out. I couldn't finish the story. I couldn't. I couldn't.
Oh,
I couldn't get
yelping
through
like a
that.
Mate,
dog.
no,
was
leave
so
it in,
funny.
leave it in. I think you should leave it in
Oh.
for everyone's benefit.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? Now talking, Alex, you're obviously soon to be a dad.
Yeah.
I've obviously got Leo now. I would obviously not be happy if someone spiked Leo with LSD, obviously, or acid. Obviously, because it's detrimental to his health and his brain and whatnot. But I would kind of have to see the funny side. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Just
have
watch a
like,
kid run up and down a pitch, go. Would
yeah.
just- Oh,
You know, like when you go and hit a dog with a newspaper and it like yelps, or you step on its foot. I mean, I don't know. I'd be torn. I'd be torn in the fact of like, oh, that's quite amusing actually, but also obviously detrimental to their health. So, it's a sticky one.
sticky with orange juice.
It's a sticky one.
Is there any more?
That's it. That was the end.
Ah,
Oh,
Unfortunately.
what?
Yeah.
What? So what was the outcome of her? What did she get sentenced to?
Just doesn't say. Just in July, she's going to be sentenced.
When was this? What year? Have we got a year?
Doesn't say, unfortunately. Can't give you that.
Oh, that's annoying because I want to know what she got.
Don't know.
Because there's hella charges there.
Oh yeah.
Like supplying drugs, the possession of drugs, poisoning children. It could be attempted murder, really, if you wanted to
Yeah.
take it that far.
Maybe. I mean, maybe she was just trying to drug them so they were a bit like out of it. Like, if you was to,
I think
make
she
some,
succeeded.
like, pot brownies. No, but like just a bit like, oh, can't. Be
That would have been the
arsed.
way to go. That would have been the way to go.
Yeah, I think she's used LSD thinking that it's going to do the same effect, and it's made them bark like dogs. So
Yeah, I think brownies would have been more effective as well
yeah,
and less terrifying.
yeah, I think so. Like you can't die from that, can you? So I mean, you can die from that.
You can't die
anything.
from weed.
You can die from weed, but it's very hard to.
You can
die.
if a ton of it fell on your head.
No, there is a thing. So you actually die from carbon monoxide poisoning because you would have to smoke so much of it in such a confined space that that's the
That
only
is
way to die from
ridiculous.
it. Because
Yeah,
by
but
the
yeah,
time,
but the actual herb, the actual plant itself.
no,
I
I
don't
suppose
think.
not. I suppose not.
Will, can you? You
What's
can't,
that?
can you? Cannabis, the plant, can't kill you. It don't matter how much you take. I don't think you can actually. There's no.
Yeah,
I don't
I've
think.
heard that. Yeah,
I
it
don't
doesn't
think there's a
matter.
recorded death in history, is there?
You can't overdose from it. Is what they say. There's no overdosing. Apparently.
Well, I mean, technically, I think if you like whatever you want, or whatever the kids call it nowadays, whiting or greening, I think that is pretty much overdosing. But I think that's as bad as it gets, isn't it?
But that's no different to getting too drunk, isn't it?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah, but
Yeah, 100%. But drinking can kill you. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, alcohol poisoning. Boys, what do you reckon then?
Well, yeah, I'll say I'm gonna say yeah. Why not? Because it's funny.
That's pretty believable, man. I think.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah, what are you going with, Will?
I'll say this is life. I think. You know,
Yeah. I'm gonna back you as well.
It's not unbelievable, is it? Someone's
No.
done this. I would like to
No.
have heard some more. I would like to have heard some more detail. Wasn't there like an inquiry or something? Did it say about that? Or she she's actually being jailed and stuff. So
so she will be sentenced. Yeah.
yeah, so it's in that period between getting picked up and being sentenced.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so fair enough. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
I'll
gonna go.
say that's pretty believable.
I'm going to agree with Will. I think 100% that's a true story.
Yeah, I think I'm in with the same, to be honest. Go with the majority.
Hat-trick!
'cause, yeah, I think this is life from all of us. And
Wow.
yeah, but before we
What-
go, boys, what's become a custom? Has anyone got anything to add? Something little? I've got something, lads. Would you like to hear it?
Oh yeah, would I?
Did you know that a teaspoon of a neutron star material would weigh about 6 billion tons on Earth?
6 billion tons.
Yeah.
That's
Mad,
hella
innit?
tons.
Do you want to know why?
Yeah.
Neutron stars are incredibly dense remnants of massive stars that have undergone supernova explosions. The gravity on their surface is so intense that a small amount of their material has an astonishing mass. This fact highlights the extreme conditions and mind-boggling physics that can exist in our vast universe.
Mm.
There you go.
After that, Will went.
No, I used to know how it works, but I think is it oh blimey, is it so a supernova happens?
Yeah.
And then the star explodes. That is
Yeah.
the supernova. And then all that's left is like the heaviest elements or something. Is that
Yeah.
Is that how it works? Yeah, the heaviest elements, so they cling together and it's just a big ball
So-
of fucking
So basically, what
heavy
you've said,
shit,
Will,
basically.
what you've said is exactly what I've said in a different in a different word.
Did you
So
say
in
heavy elements?
theory,
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, sorry. I
Well,
didn't
dense
hear.
remnants.
Oh,
so
right,
in
right.
theory,
All right.
you could drop something the size of a thimble. It would shatter the. Wouldn't that go through like the Earth being that heavy? How many tons?
It would
6
have its
billion.
own. It would have its own gravitational pull as well.
Yeah, there was own like orbit.
Yeah. So you'd. Yeah. Not only would you
What
not be able to pick it up.
something the size of a sugar cube?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I suppose it would. I suppose it would. It would be so. It would be so strong that it would like
Just fall through.
break through the
The
concrete
earth?
and shit. We don't. There's
That's
nothing. We don't know
fucking mental.
anything that's that heavy, do we? Other than
No, that's
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah,
I don't know how you'd get it
that's
on a
that
teaspoon.
small. So it would be almost be like. Yeah. Yeah. Who's gone up there and tried that?
Isn't it?
Fucking hell.
I reckon I can still lift it up.
Yeah. As long as you put it down slowly, I imagine it wouldn't do anything.
But I heard neutron stars are still pretty hot, aren't they?
I would imagine so. Yeah.
So
Are
you'd
they?
have to give it a blow, like blow on it so it
Yeah.
cool down a bit.
I
Or
have
pick
to
it
wear
up,
oven mitts
pick it up with an oven glove. Yeah.
with a pair of tongs, barbecue tongs.
Yeah. Which
Well,
obviously is
that's,
fiddly,
that's-
isn't it? Picking that up.
That's a mind blowing fact, Alex.
Yeah, it was mind blowing.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
that's
that's
it for
weird,
this
yeah.
week, isn't it?
Yeah.
This
Thank
free This Is Lives, eh?
Yeah,
Hat-trick.
absolutely.
It's been a struggle to get here this week, especially with Josh with a car battery.
Yeah,
Or
it is,
without a car
Oh,
battery, I should say.
Don't,
yeah.
don't.
It's bad luck.
But if all goes well, next week
We might
could
have video.
could be able to see our glorious,
We could be
glorious
millionaires.
glorious faces. Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna
yeah,
be
but
YouTube.
we'll see.
YouTube
If we're not on video, you know something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
famous. Probably with me, I would have thought.
And
Something.
if a story comes out in the newspaper that that Josh has been found in his wardrobe, hung up by his tie with an orange
With
in
an
his
orange in my
mouth,
mouth.
then you know that he's been found completely of his own volition.
An orange.
Yeah, please don't mourn me. Be happy, because I went out how I went out
Yeah.
on my turn.
He died the way he lived.
Yeah, on the edge.
Yeah, orange laced with LSD and a what is it, a baby bell or a red fucking
Yeah.
Rudolph's nose up his ass.
Up my sphincter. Yeah.
Yeah.
fucking bum bear, anal bear, whatever his name is. Arsehole, what's his name? Arsehole bear. What's his name?
Yeah, arsehole bear.
Arsehole bear. If I've got a tie around my neck and an arsehole bear up my ass, then you know. Then you know.
Well, that's it for this week, boys. I'm going to pass the baton and it's going over to Josh.
Nice.
As we all
I'll
know
make
that he's
sure I
not
get a good
doing
one.
anything.
Yeah, that's true. Got to fill his days or something.
Yeah, I've got to have. I'm going to do some serious research. Leave it with me. I'll get a good
Cool.
one.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
All right, lads.
Bye then.
Next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye. See ya.